We are building a model railway from the very beginning with this starter set. And in this video, we will have a close look on this ICE starter set by Märklin. It is a giant package. There are already a lot of tracks included. You see here a track oval with 2 turnouts. So here you have a 2-platform train station right away. A mobile station is for controlling and of course the long ICE. And we are just going to unbox the package nicely at this moment in time in order to take a closer look at what is inside of it. A large collection, and first and foremost, I will take these 2 curved switches so that you can have a closer look. There are a pair of switches included, using which we can already construct our large train station. Here we have the user manual. There are even more booklets included, and then there are a large number of straight tracks coming out from here. And even more straight tracks. We are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are the 172 tracks that you can see in this collection. And these are the 172 tracks that you can visually perceive in this particular area. These are the ones that possess a length of 17.2 centimeters each. And there is also the other straight track included, which is then 188 millimeters long, so 18 centimeters. And they add up to the length, like for example of a switch and another compensating piece. So you can stick to the Märklin track geometry. So, how many of the long tracks are there? Let's see how many are inside. So the first one. And then we have here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So, but there's more to it, because we have a lot of curves with us. 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x, 7x, 8x, 9x, and then it continues here. There are a total of 10 times, 11 times, 12 times, 13 times, and 14 large curves in the dataset. Well, let's connect them briefly so we can see what type of track layout shows up when we combine all of this. I'll start with the curves now, with the round tracks. This is all a radius 1 that we see here. So the tightest rail circle, so that you can really build a nice model railway on a small space, which then either stands on the ground, or on a small layout, or under the Christmas tree at Christmas, however you want it. Alright, I'm just gonna finish up a circle now, so we can have a chance to see the smallest thing that might come out of this plan. And then we'll continue from here. So this is the tiniest circle we have here at the moment. And then we can immediately make it slightly wider. I'll move the tracks a little to the side here so we have more space. So let's just move the box a bit to the back so that we have a more space. That's a good spot for it. Then you'll see what's inside in a moment, and then let's see what else we've got with us. We have the mobile station with us. It is still completely new and packaged. With this, you can control your train digitally with light and sound functions. But with it, you can also control additional trains on the same layout, so digital multi-train control. Then included is the power supply for the electricity, and included is the digital track box, so to speak, the connector between the power supply and your mobile station. And we can connect the things right away, without any delay or need for additional setup. So, and then of course there is also the superstar, namely the Intercity Express, which you have here. So a modern bullet train. There it is. Look here, you can see it's typical. The train, even with seats. And it's not a locomotive, but a multiple unit in this case, yes, for those in the know. Here you can see that there is also a nice folding beam on the side. And theoretically, you could also place a small train driver in this area at the front. And now we have a train set that is very large. Here is the car in the middle included. Also switch him off carefully. And you have the option to assemble it together very nicely on the side here. You can see it right here. There is a connection between the 2 cars in this location. And that is where you assemble them. But we should do that best when we have a straight track. a straight section of track. Then let's keep looking. Within the package, the train unit with the engine is now being delivered and is ready to be assembled. You can tell right away by the weight. It's a bit heavier. And here we have the connector piece again, to put our train together. So, let's do that right now. We'll assemble it now. First, I'll make some space by moving this box. Let's put it aside for a moment. Alright, because we need a nice straight piece. This is already a larger package that we have here. So, let's connect the mobile station first. Then you simply see here, very simply, it is simply connected to the rail. There is a cable included here, and this track is simply connected with these two flat plug-in connectors that are inserted into the corresponding sockets on the track, ensuring a secure and reliable connection. That is what it is called. You can see them here on the side. This is how it looks here. Two small plugs. And they are actually clamped somewhere under a track. I can take any one now. It doesn't matter which one it is. And the red cable is clicked here under the letter B on the left side. That's how it looks. The brown cable goes to the other side where 0 is written. It does not matter on which platform you do it. And so your model railway is more or less already connected. So that was a 188 track. I will just place our multiple unit train in the middle so that we can create a bit of space. Start building in parallel. I'll show you from above. We have a long rail, same length, so we can get in there from above. And we have one. It's almost, we need 3 tracks for the whole thing, if I look at it here in the track plan. Then you can see that very, very nicely. Then we have here, in a way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks, which we need 3 times. So that then 3 times such a section of the same length, or at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly, then comes to an end. And let's just try it out now by putting it together, either according to the instructions or just giving it a try. So, now we can initially separate this one in the middle, and proceed to open it up so that it transforms into a nice oval shape. And then the initial thing I observed was that the curved switches were connected there. So I will initiate the process by replacing this switch here, the switch, this track here, with this one. At that point, we already possess this particular approach. Therefore, and that was not entirely correct or accurate. If I look at that on the package, it looks a bit different. I'll show that again. That is not quite straight at the end, but you can see that the switch is already at the middle here. So in this corner position, the switch is already present and can be found without any difficulty. And then it proceeds with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and has round tracks located on the side of the road. Once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. That is the reason why there were also 14 round tracks included, because typically you would require 12 for a circle. However, we require more because we want to proceed with the second track and construct a route with 2 tracks. Therefore, I can already put this together on the side. The great thing with a starter pack is that already includes so many tracks. But you can also get some additional tracks with an extension pack. Then, of course, you can create entirely different track layouts or even add a siding to your setup, so you can customize it however you want. So now we need the second switch. We can then go straight to the other side, over to this side, and we can then plug it in right at this spot nicely. So then we have one too many here. Then we can rectify it right there. So you see, it is extremely simple. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about anything special. You don't even need any tools for it. Simply click here together. This is the Märklin ICE track. And that also withstands a lot. So if children's feet step on it, it's also not a problem. This is relatively robust. And now we simply require a couple of pleasant tracks. Therefore, I am going to insert that at this moment. Look, I can do this elsewhere, as it's impractical in the front, when my outlet is in the back. I'm doing this again here, because as I said, it doesn't matter at all which piece of track you take here. I will take this one back behind the switch because my socket is closer there. Then I will do it here again. Color brown was on the letter 0. I'll show it again in a close-up here, so where it says 0, that's where the brown cable goes, and where it's all red, That's the letter B. So the red cable goes on B. You can also take it off again if you want to tidy up after playing. So, then we have that. There's space back there, and it's not too far from my distribution box for the power. Good, that works. Then we have these 3 long tracks here. I'll get a third one right away, and now I can build it in parallel so that I can see that I always need 3 rails now, so that it becomes parallel. So now I can use the shorter tracks. Once, twice, 3 times one of the short tracks. Like this. 2 at bottom, 2 at top. It's big, my system here. Now I can take 3 long ones again, as before. Once, twice, and 3 times the already connected, then it holds better here. So, number 1, number 2, and now I can just make it so nice because I prefer it. Then I do the rows here, okay? Still something left that will be a big system. 1, 2, 3. That is long again, and also long again. So, you see, the tracks are different lengths. Once, twice, and 3 times the already connected, then it holds better here. So, number 1, number 2, and now I can just make it so nice because I prefer it. Then I do the rows here, okay? Still something left that will be a big system. 1, 2, 3. That is long again, and also long again. So, you see, the tracks are different lengths. It is important that you always take them the same length. The siding can be adjusted a little, but it's still better if you stick to the track geometry and always take the right tracks. This one is a bit shorter, and if you make a mistake there, it's not a big deal. But then your train will eventually derail, and you don't want that. Accordingly, it'll be better if it stays like that in the curve. So we can now... That was 3 again. Those were 3 lengthy ones. Then we will do 3 brief ones in this location once more. And now the entire system has been longer than my table. I am afraid so. Can we begin construction here in the workshop? So, a massive starter pack, honestly. That's not for the small plate. That's something for the big living room floor. Or the big children's room. Or even better, from the living room to the children's room and then back 3 times. Which is the best option of all. Still room. Madness. Look, I can really feel the whole record here with me. Can't you see anything from above anymore? Madness. Giant thing. Alright. Now I need to do it one more time. Once originating from the length. That is indeed correct. And twice the length, doubling its initial measurement. That is also true. Furthermore, I have yet another lengthy piece that is now free once again, providing me with the opportunity to enjoy it without any cost. Then I have the ability to restore the flow of my gap back to its original position in that specific location. Long straight piece is great for speeding up ICE. I'll briefly go to other side for a moment. One moment. Okay, I guess our train will be able to speed up and increase its pace. The ICE will be capable of traveling at a high speed already. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Yes, I believe we are going to get a great big model railroad planned here. We can have a lot of fun there. So, then we can already open up the power supply and get started with the next step right away. My most beautiful moment, unpacking and then going on the maiden voyage for the first time. Therefore, it can be concluded that there is currently an unoccupied socket that is available for use on the side of the device. There it is. Very good. And now I can connect my track box here. That is how it would fit on the side now. I'll check if you can see this. Exactly, you can see it. Plug in. Now lay it aside, it's well organized. And now we can take the mobile station. I will quickly clean up this a bit, so that nothing is left on the track later. I will do the vacuuming later on. Okay. And one last cable tie, and then we're ready to start with our model railway. This is the mobile station, which serves as our digital control unit. I will demonstrate its functionality to you in just a moment, and we simply close it at this moment, here in the back area. Can we connect two to a track box? So I'll pull it a little closer to you. You see, I've constructed large. Here it's simply connected at present. I am able to connect two such mobile stations. Then we can play together. One drives the train, e.g., the other controls signals and switches. Or we have two or more trains, and then one controls a train, while the other controls another train. We have available space on the layout via our siding. Therefore, currently there is a small message on the mobile station indicating that you wish to install an update at this location. That's always good. Freshly unpacked. Let's update it first, then we'll do it quickly. But that won't take long. In the meantime, we can briefly put away the user manual so that our train has plenty of space. So, that's prepared up to this point. And now it is time for the train. I am relocating everything to the back slightly so that you can have a better view of the train, and we will transition to the tracks at this location. To do that, I'll take a small accessory, namely this one. This is practical, this is a track alignment aid, and now I can set up my train better. So, at this moment, he is essentially driving from the depot once he arrives here on the track for his current assignment. And now we need to look back at this location. You can observe very clearly on the side where the connection is, or more specifically, the coupling at this particular point. Because the others have a cone attached here and we can now push them together. So, it will be a bit short. That would be, I believe, the shortest bullet train I have ever seen. If we just put them together now. But it would also work. Like a short train. But it gets boring. But it also means that you can insert additional carriages in between. For instance, you can still get a board bistro as an accessory. Your kids also get something to eat on the train. So, and that would be upside down now. Because here you can see, at that spot, it wouldn't work. So let's reverse it and create room for the track alignment aid. And operate our first-class car, also on the track, and experience the thrill of speed and precision firsthand. So, there it is. And now we've got plenty of room for the three sections of our ICE2. So now comes the moment it clicks together. Experiencing a situation of being stuck and still driving. Conversely, we approach it in the identical manner. And now you can see it very, very chic. Fits perfectly into the picture. May stay here, the little train. So now something very important is coming. Now the electricity comes into play. And now let's activate the power on the mobile station by pressing the stop button in this location. And now nothing occurs anymore. You need to be patient for once. The train is currently being loaded onto the track at this very moment. Now something is blinking here, and that means MFX. This is a Märklin function decoder. This is a bit of an abbreviation, I think, for that. This train has a digital decoder, and it's recognized by this mobile station now. And now you see ICE2 written on top. And now we are able to switch on the lights on the train at this location. However, we can also make an announcement. Or an alternative auditory environment. At this particular moment, he is commencing the process of starting. Currently, we have activated the engine sound and can drive very slowly in either the forward or backward direction. I will drive towards you. Let's slowly leave the train station. Accelerate and keep pushing forward. I'm making some room for my train, so it doesn't get caught on anything. The second round can drive a bit faster. At this moment, I am located on the outer track and currently making progress in that direction. And I am not even driving at half speed. He is already capable of achieving a higher velocity, surpassing his previous speed and demonstrating improved performance. The throttle is still not fully engaged. Nevertheless, it is now operating at a higher level than before. Still not yet. now even speedier. So, at this particular moment in time, we are now able to proceed with the next steps. Now we're off for another slow lap. Wow! Did you hear the squeaking brakes? Ah, great. Now let's switch the switch in front and let him drive on the inner track, tighter. And he commences once more with the noise of operation, the sound for acceleration delay. And takes a quick lap around the track. And now moves on to the inner track to continue the race and complete the next part of the competition. There is a squealing sound coming from the brake, and he gradually comes to a stop in a slow manner. Stunning model. Affirmative. At present, we are able to truly commence. Yes, with that we can start constructing a big facility by considering, for instance, what other train station buildings could be here. Stay this deep? Build upwards? Big mountain back here with maybe a farmhouse where he drives past? Is there still a road and a small bridge here? Now there are no limits to the imagination of what you can build with this train, and we will watch all of this in many YouTube videos.